I go.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Tommy Versetti. This is the very first interview of my new series that I will be setting off on my channel called 10 Minutes with You. I interview artists, audio engineers, anything that has to do with music. You know, if anyone needs any type of interviews or would like an interview, you guys can reach out to me. I'll have my links down below. So, without further ado, this is my first guest, very good friend of mine, Lucas with the 7. Lucas, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Lucas with a 7 uh, from Ballin Park. I'm an artist, engineer, and I run a little business, 77 Collective, in Ballin Park. I work with artists like the man behind the camera, Tommy, and a few other artists. Obviously my own, and yeah, just being an artist and being an engineer at the same time, working on my own stuff and people I believe in.
Okay, man. So you tell me you're an artist, man. Obviously, I've worked with you many times. I've seen what you do, all the way from doing features, to engineering, and that's one thing that really caught my attention with you. So I would like to ask you, what made you passionate about being an audio engineer, and why did you begin to do that?
How do I put it? I don't like engineering, but I learned to become an engineer because I spent a lot of time and money going back and forth with people trying to relay my idea how I want some shit to sound. And every time I get it back, I have to listen to it, go back. And that every time that they did something to it, it was money, right? They're not gonna fix it. A
Right.
lot of people don't fix it up for free.
Right.
Like, oh, you want to
Exactly.
spend more time? There has to be more money.
Exactly.
So I took it upon myself to learn how to do this stuff, engineer, record, mix, everything
Yeah,
in
most
order to in
definitely.
order to do it for myself. And eventually I got good enough to record my homies, and then for my homies I got good enough to record actual artists doing big things. And yeah, but I still to this day don't really enjoy engineering in the sense of like I don't want to do it for people just to do it. I don't mind doing it for people that again I believe in, that have
Okay.
talent that are
Right.
actually
Right.
doing something musically. But as
Okay.
far as like me doing it for the sake of doing it, I don't like doing
Okay, I understand. And since you mentioned that you don't like engineering, which I understand it probably saves you money, right? Since
that.
you're
Yeah,
doing it yourself, it
yeah.
saves you a lot of money. So, tell me what helps you stay motivated to keep being an audio engineer, even though you don't like doing it. What's the motivation behind it?
That I get to release the ideas in my head. I get to like bring them to life, to execute them the way I want them,
Okay,
exactly how I want them to sound in my head. I
right.
get to like do that, and then it comes out, and I get to listen to what the idea I had in my head.
Okay,
So that's very motivating. And
right.
then for people too, like in a certain situation where they can't afford fucking expensive as engineer,
No, definitely.
and I can offer that opportunity in
Right.
hopes that that helps them fucking. It gives them more. It's a lot for me. Is I get a lot of uh, purpose, a lot of like happiness, showing people what they're worth. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah,
Like someone comes like, hey,
that
I have
makes
this
sense.
idea, like but like this and that, and I don't have that much money and this and that. It's like, all right, but let's make it happen.
You're able to roll it out, how
Yeah, like
they vision it.
let's make that shit happen. Let me
Okay,
put you in a situation where you can make that happen, and
okay,
you'll be surprised how their life changes. It
yeah.
can potentially change their way of thinking because at one point they thought their idea was so out of reach that they couldn't fucking do it, and then they're
And
over here like
maybe,
done. They done what they seeked out to do, right?
right,
So now what's the next thing? It's in a positive way, not a
okay.
negative way.
And also, it sounds like you can break people out of their shells. Maybe they go to studios, they go to other places where they might feel like pressure to only do one selective genre, maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
You help them, I would say, in a sense, kind of break their shell and experiment. What
yeah.
do you think about that?
I push creativity out your boundary, right? Like if you're boxed in this way, like I gotta rap this way, I gotta talk about this and this because you kind of were copes in this circle or box of people around you that only want to hear that from you. But
Mm,
just like if you're a real artist, you grow with your music, right? You're not always
right.
stuck in this place. So I feel like I can't really speak for the people I work with, but like I'm pretty sure that I have helped people come out of their comfort zone, be
Right.
creative, think about shit, try it out. If it's funny, it doesn't work out. At least you tried it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Like
No
there's no. I'm not
judgment.
gonna like record you, make fun of you, post you up, like look at this dumbass fucking fool
Right.
doing. No, it's like hey, you know what? It didn't work out, though. You tried it. We saw how it sounded. It didn't work out.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
yeah, don't you enjoy life more being creative and doing things that you think are cool. You think people are, what are you gonna like, and then think about how they react. Don't think about what are they gonna react to. Think about what
Okay.
you like to do, and grow from there. Though.
Nice, nice. That's good. That's good to know. As an artist, you mentioned you're an artist and you make music. Can you tell me about the most exciting project you've had, either released or anything that you have stored that you're really excited about, or something that you felt took a lot of dedication and hard work, which I believe a lot of it takes a lot of dedication. But
Yeah.
what is one thing that you were really excited about, whether it was releasing or can't wait to release?
Um, a lot of things, man. I have projects with people that no longer making music. And I want to drop that so bad, but I can't because I don't have the momentum I want in order. It's like dropping a raindrop in the ocean. It doesn't
Right.
make a difference. So I want to make like a big enough wave for my music that I know deserves appreciation, that I know has that potential to speak to a lot of people. Like that's what I want to do, and I have a lot of tracks, a lot of projects that I hold dear to me, and because not only did I work hard on it, but the artists that I worked with worked really hard on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to hear some new work, man. I know you always show me some stuff, that even myself, like it's an honor, it's a privilege to hear things like that because I know you don't like to share a lot, but the things that you do, it's really good, man. Have you ever had an experience that you had dealing with like a difficult person in your studio?
uh, Difficult. I get just not. Um, we weren't. How would I put it? Difficult in the sense that I wasn't willing to work with somebody that was what I thought was a fake artist.
Okay.
Talking about things that they don't have, things that they. It's just I don't know how to explain. Fake rap, right?
Okay.
Someone
Yeah.
that living, speaking about a life
Portraying
that,
an
yeah,
image.
portraying an
Okay.
image, and at that time I was just tired, not really trying to deal with, you know, wasting my time and energy towards somebody. Even though they were gonna pay me, I wasn't really, that wasn't my thing. So
You went
yeah,
into,
so
I guess.
I let it be known, and that obviously cost a little bit of bumping heads. But at the end of the day, it's my studio. I get to record
Right.
whoever I want. So
Definitely. So
you know,
that's a big up for you, for
yeah,
owning your studio,
yeah. I don't
right?
have
You're
to
able to
I don't
choose
have
who
to
you can
swallow
work
my
with.
pride and be like, oh, well, I'm getting paid anyway, so let me just fucking work with
Yeah,
somebody.
no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I wanted to ask you at the beginning of the interview. So, what got you into music? Like, what's your background with that? What's the reason why you started becoming an artist and started making music for yourself and for other people? And how long has it been a part of your life?
I took. All right, let me break it down. I remember they asked us in school, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" Right? What do you want? What's your dream?
Right.
So you think about this dream. You're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." And as you grow up, that dream becomes less real, right? Because it becomes harder, becomes unrealistic. So what stuck with me is I'm gonna pursue the hardest thing in my life to fulfill, to like make happen, because that makes me the happiest.
Mm.
I'd rather live life pursuing the first thing I wanted to do with my life than settling with the second.
Okay.
That's why music is so important to me, because that's what makes me happy. Second, it was the only form of, I don't like, I grew up talking, don't tell people your problems, everybody got problems,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No one wants to hear what you got to say. They're going through something, their mom's going through something.
Right.
You don't complain about what you're going through. So the way that I was able to complain or talk about what I'm going through was through talking to myself, right? Let me talk to this beat, let me talk to this, let me express myself in this form where if somebody happens to relate to it, and like I can help them, motivate them, or through a certain like struggle, it can help them. Then that's on. I wasn't out there like, hey, listen to my problems.
Right.
It was more, well, not in the sense like promoting, but it was more like, hey, this is how I feel, and if you feel the same way about it, then we can relate.
Okay.
So it's more, hey, I know what you've been through, or I know what you're going through, and I can relate to you. It's not more like, oh my God, dude, fucking Lucas over here talking about this shit again. Like, grow up, dog. We all gotta make payments. We all gotta, it's more the other way around. And I feel like that's a very good character. Not just through music, just in life. Don't complain about things that you can do something about.
Right.
Like everybody got problems. You're not the first person to deal with shit that you're dealing with.
To have them.
Yeah.
Everyone has them in their life, man. That I could completely agree with you on that one. And as far as your music, man, how would you describe your style and what's your creative process like? Tell me a little bit about that.
My music, in one way I put it is, I don't like to be boxed in.
Okay.
I don't like to. A good thing that I have going that I heard and hear is I sound like Lucas. I don't sound like this person. I don't sound like this person. I sound like Lucas. When you hear me, you know it's me. I'm not trying to portray this person. I'm not trying. I get motivation from people I listen to, but I make it into my own, and I create from there. But I don't try to be somebody, and that's my staple. I want to be. When you listen to me, you know it's me. It's not like, oh, this was trying to sound like so and so, or this was trying to be like this. It's when you listen to Lucas, you know it's Lucas.
Right. Okay, nice. And how do you see your sound evolving in the next couple of years?
I see it evolving. Damn. I think it's gonna evolve in a positive light, because when you're at this point of struggling, you realize there's no point staying where you're at.
Right.
You got to keep going forward. You got to keep progressing. And I think through a lot of struggle comes a lot of positivity, a lot of progression, and a lot of growing. So I feel my music from where I started to now, it's been evolving. It's been growing in a positive light. It's not getting darker. It's not getting, it's getting better. I wouldn't say it's getting worse. It's getting better. And I feel like that's only going to keep going like that, because just life. I grow as my music grows. My music grows as I grow. And I
believe a lot of people with music that happens. They start off, I would say shitty in a sense.
Yeah.
And then as you grow as an individual and as an artist, your music continues to grow, and you see that through new music that comes out, new music that you make, stuff that you put out.
And you have the more music you make, the more of like quality control you have in your music. Right. You're not just releasing anything. You're not just, hey, I made this, let me just drop it. You have more standards toward what you're dropping.
Exactly.
Like I consider all my mixtapes, it's like around 64, 70 tracks, practice. Damn. Because I was still trying to, I feel like now I'm at a place where my music is in a place where I practice enough to be like, this is me as an artist, like now presenting myself. Here's my quality. Even though some of the music I have is good to people, but for me, it's like, that was me practicing. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me.
And you don't let them know, huh?
I don't let them know. That's something that I tell myself, that I hold to myself. Like, they think that, like, hey man, that shit was dope. Just try that. I was like, I was just trying to, I was just practicing though.
Trying to do something.
Yeah, you
Mm.
know,
One
practicing the tools
thing,
I got.
one thing I do want to do with these interviews is throw one just wild card at you. You know, just a random ass question, just something. You know, so we don't take this interview too serious. You
Yeah.
know, I want you to be relaxed. This is, you know, our first interview for this series for the page. So I just want to throw a funny one out there for you. When you're driving, man, when you're driving around, is there a certain track that you have blasting down with the stereo with, you know, high volume, windows down? You know, is there one track that gets you like that when you're driving? You know, you're the man on the road.
As lately, I'll show you, man. The recent one is by a Spanish artist, Anued.
Okay.
Yeah, Anued AA. Bro,
That's funny, man.
look it.
I've been listening to Bad Bunny myself, Osuna, Darrell, all them guys, man. It's too
Well,
much, bro.
I'm
It's
gonna show you. I'm
addicting.
gonna show you which one it is. I'm gonna tell you the song, the name of it. Yeah, Anued, double A. I think it's this one. Wait, can I play this?
Yeah, go
Did I
ahead.
get
Play it,
copyright or
man.
shit?
We might get
It's
a
called-
copyright, but if it's no more than like 30 seconds.
It's called 300
300.
from what what did it say? The Spanish?
Las leyendas nunca mueren. Legends
The
never
legends never
die.
die.
Okay. So that's what you got going on right now?
That's the one I've been bumping, bro. It's just vibing to that shit.
I like it, man. I like it. Definitely like that, man. Yeah, that was a curveball answer. I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say something very lyrical, something experimental. Seeing your music, things like that. As I mentioned to you before, you give me very Mac Millerish vibes because, he was very experimental. You have Larry the
Yeah,
Fisherman,
yeah.
Mac Miller. You have all this crazy shit. So it's very experimental. So that's one person I'm able to compare, but not say that's what you rap like.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
the
As
essence
far
of-
as
yeah.
of how
His-
that artist is, I see you're always experimenting. You're always trying to reach new levels and things like that. So one last thing, man, before I let you go and let you enjoy the rest of your day. What are any tips or advice you'd like to give anybody, that either wants to be in the music business, that wants to become an audio engineer, or someone that just shies away from making music because they feel they may not be talented enough or just don't have those resources or that money to be able to create?
There's always a way. I mean, as far as like money, I started off I built a box, like a not a box, like a rectangle box, like just big enough for me to fit in, and I put it in my room, and I used my mattress to cover my door when I recorded. That was how I started.
Yeah.
So, like, there's always a hard work is free. Remember that. Hard work is free. You can do a lot if you're willing to work for it. You can go recycle cans, find scrap wood, moving blankets. You can figure out a way, right? But the thing that I would say, be authentic, be yourself, and just do it. Just fucking do it. Like in a weird, we know we all have an expiration date, and we know we all can go sooner than that date. Yet we're scared to try new things. And we all have, it's funny, we all have the knowledge of death, but we only realize it or come to terms with it when we're older. We don't think about that shit when we're young.
Right.
So my thing will be, just try it. And if you don't understand, if it don't work out for you, you learn a way that it didn't work out. So try a different way. Try a different way. The
I
more
like
you
that.
fail, the more you learn. Remember that. There's success in your failures. So just fucking stay motivated, be authentic, be yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you think is gonna get you, them plays. You think it's gonna get you where you need to be. Be yourself. You're gonna be where you need to be, not where you think you want to be.
Nice, man. I think that's good advice, man, for anybody that's really trying to get in, man. You know, a lot of people. I mean, there's a shape shift in the industry, I think, and there's always there's that intimidation, you know, where I myself, you have friends and you see them work and you feel not a competition, but you're like, you kind of have to be within that certain standard where your friends are. But, you know, I have friends that have been in the industry for 20 years, 15 years, some doing it 5, 6 years. I've been doing it for 7, 8 years myself.
Yeah.
So everyone has their own little, you know, and everyone grows as an artist. So that's
Yeah.
really good advice, man. I really appreciate you coming in today and, you know, just sharing 10 minutes with me, you know, when in reality it's going to be more than 10 minutes in every.
It'll be a part two, dog.
Yeah, so there's always it's gonna be more than 10 minutes, but you know we're gonna stick with that title, 10 minutes with you, because that's all we want, man. We want 10 minutes with you where you can just sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and just have a nice conversation with
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
You know, so that's what I wanted to do with you today, man. If you like to, if you don't mind, feel free to share your Instagram, your studio. You know, you
Yeah,
can let
yeah.
us know when you're gonna be back up and running. That way,
Yeah,
so
right
the
now-
people can
yeah.
know. Give you a follow on your social media
sure.
pages. I'll put them down below as well, man.
For sure. Well, I appreciate you having me being the first person.
Definitely.
Honor. That's just fucking dope. Second, 77 Collective is the studio, temporarily in remodeling for getting everything ready to go. And then my artist name is Lucas with a 7, so 7UCAS. And you can just find out what I'm doing from there and follow me there.
Sounds
Appreciate
good,
you, Tommy.
man.
Appreciate you
No,
having me,
thank
dog.
you for your time, man. You have a good one, all right, guys.
Dog.
And for all my subscribers that I don't have, and the new ones that I'm about to have, man,
What's up?
please like, comment, man. We're gonna try to get this series kicked off. I got a couple other upcoming artists that I've known myself for a while, man, and I think it's gonna be a nice little ride, something new, man. I just want to give you guys a little bit of exposure. That way, so when you guys blow up, man, you at least
Yeah.
have something to fall back as far as like this is your first interview you had.
Yeah, for real.
So
This
if I
this
could
is my
help you
first video.
guys,
Yeah.
with something like that, something small, just a gesture and a token of appreciation for
Yeah.
everything that you guys done for me. I like to make sure that I do something special for you guys because it is something
Yeah.
you guys could look back on.
Yeah, I mean, I've done podcast interviews, but
Uh-huh.
I've never been the interviewee
Ah,
or her interviewer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's different though.
How does it feel?
Feels, good, and it just feels good though to be able to share.
Sounds good, man.
You work a lot. You work hard, and shit.
Well, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Once again, I'm here with the artist Lucas with the 7, man, and I'm your host, Versetti, man. I'll be out. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, because I will be uploading another one within the next week or so. Stay tuned, guys. You guys have a good day. What is up, guys? It's Tommy here. First interview of the new series I want to roll out called 10 Minutes with an Artist or something like that.
10 minutes artist, dog. That sounds cool. So.
Hey guys, it's Tommy Versetti. It's easier if I do it because I can just cut the clip.
Yeah. We solidify what it's called now, though. Yeah. 10 minutes of artist.
Smoke so milky, smoke so milky. Don't give a fuck about much. Some recording and some lunch, and the girl with so big old butt. Hit it once, hit it twice.
I just can't get enough.
Girl, pick your groove.
I said Tiva on that indica.
That purple, that blue moon.